Hey everyone, I'm filming in my bedroom and you know what that means. That means I'm about to show you an animal that I've had in quarantine for a while. If you've been watching my channel for a while, then you know that I have this enclosure that is made to house 3 snakes, and I've only had 2 snakes for the longest time. Well, a couple of months ago I actually did get another ball python for that enclosure, and I haven't actually put her in the enclosure yet. She's still in quarantine, but I have had her now for about 2.5 months, and her quarantine time is just about up. So it's time for me to go ahead and introduce her to you guys. So let me go ahead and get her. Here we go, guys. This is my new ball python, Kitty. Now she is still a little defensive. She's not as used to handling as my other snakes are, but I imagine that given enough time she will learn to trust me. Like I said, it's only been about 2.5 months. She's been in my bedroom, so she has seen me quite a bit, but since she's been in quarantine, she hasn't really got a whole lot of handling time. But that is about to change. Very soon she's going to be going into the animal room, and she's going to get handled several times a week once she's in there. For those of you wondering about her morph, she is a pastel lesser ball python. Like I said, she's not very used to handling yet. She's very defensive. She likes to coil up. She likes to S like that just in case she needs to strike at something. So I'm being very cautious with her. I'm not going to keep her out for very long. As I said, her name is Kitty. That is another X-Men name. She's named after Kitty Pryde, aka Shadowcat. But also that name is kind of dual purpose because I have also always wanted a snake named Kitty, because I've always thought that would be hilarious to have a snake named Kitty. Especially a snake that's going to get big. And she is going to get pretty big, being a female ball python. She is already over a year old. She was hatched in July of 2018, according to the breeder that I got her from. She's a very good eater. She has not missed a meal for me yet. The breeder said she was eating primarily live food, however she had been taking frozen thawed food as well. And so I have only been feeding her frozen thawed. I didn't feed her live food at all, and she has not missed a meal yet. I'm gonna go ahead and get some close-up shots of her for you guys. So here she is. This is Kitty. And as you can see, she is very yellow in color. That is the pastel gene coming through right there. But then also the lesser gene. You see how she's darker along her spine and then she fades into a lighter color as you get closer to her belly? That's what the lesser gene does. She also has a little bit of reduced patterning. Not really, but you know, she doesn't have a whole lot of these dots inside of the circles on her body. Only a few of them. For the most part, she's absent of dots, but she does have a few, just a few. There's really not a lot of noise in her pattern at all. She is older than my pastel purple passion ball python, Jean Grey, but she is a few months younger than Charles Xavier, my super Mojave blue-eyed leucistic ball python. So she will be breeder ready before Jean is. She'll probably be old enough to start breeding next year. Jean won't be old enough to start breeding for another couple of years at least, but she's not big enough to start breeding now. And if I do breed her with Charles, we will get some blue-eyed leucistics because Charles is a super Mojave, and when the lesser gene is mixed with the Mojave gene, you end up with blue-eyed leucistics. But unlike super Mojaves like Charles that have the gray head, Mojave lesser blue-eyed leucistics are pure white, even on their head. They don't have the gray head like super Mojaves do. She is currently eating small frozen thawed rats, so she has already sized up from like rat pups and things like that, and she will be growing quite a bit. She has shed for me once since I've had her, but she will be going into shed again very soon, I imagine. I can already see her color dulling around her head a little bit, so I imagine she has another shed coming up in a couple of weeks. She will be moving into the triple-tiered snake enclosure in the next couple of weeks, so that's something to look forward to. I will be doing a video on that. But yeah, there you go, guys. This is Kitty, my new pastel lesser ball python. This is how I currently have her quarantine enclosure set up. It is very minimalistic. It's just one hide on the warm side. There's a heat mat underneath being controlled by a thermostat, and then a water dish and a fake branch for her to climb on. Normally I would provide 2 hides, but she is a little bit bigger than a baby snake, and there's not enough room in here for 2 hides and a water bowl of the size that she would need. And so I just went ahead and gave her 1 hide and the water bowl instead. As I said, this is literally just a quarantine setup, and I've only had her in here for a couple of months. She is very soon going to be going into the larger setup in the animal room. I just have a few more things that I need to buy for that, but I have already started setting it up with substrate and whatnot. So look forward to a video of her being introduced to the animal room very soon. Well, there you go, guys. That is Kitty, my pastel lesser ball python. If you liked this video, hit that like button down below and hit that subscribe button if you're new here as well. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.